Hello, we are now live. Hi everyone, how are you doing? Unfortunately, I'm not doing this from home because all the trains have been delayed in Waterloo. Check this out. Yeah, everything's delayed. So, time to optimize your energy through your diet. Now, I've got a lot of stuff to go through here, and I really hope that you find it very useful, and I also hope that you can hear me okay through my headphones. So, without further ado, let's dive into it. So the first thing to note is there are two things that, let me see if this is okay. I kind of want, you know what, screw it, let's just leave it here. Sorry. So the first thing to note is there's two things that are the most energy draining parts for the body. Number one is sex, and number two is food. Now there's one of them which I'm not going to give up. Okay, so moving on to sex. No, okay, so food. So how do you optimize your energy through the food that you have? So let me share some tips, some tricks, and some ways to think about your food and what you drink and what you eat in a different way. So the first thing is that most people eat a lot of food which is terrible for them. Like, let's think about this from a common sense perspective. Muffin or salad? I mean, what do you think is going to be better for you, right? Do you go for the processed, chicken pie, or do you go for the healthy fat fish? And I think it's important that we sort of clarify that being healthy isn't actually too difficult, but the hardest thing that I've found about optimizing diet is that it's so confusing, because you'll read one thing that will say, oh yeah, blueberries are great, and then you read another thing, blueberries are the worst things, I would never eat them, and it just confuses you. And for me, for years, I was so confused. So instead, today, let's just go straight to it and to give you some value. So the first thing is that water-wise, you want to drink 4 litres of water every day. Most people don't drink enough water, and because of that, they're incredibly dehydrated. In fact, most people are dehydrated, they're not hungry. Especially when you wake up in the morning, you want to make sure that you drink as much water as possible. Next, I have something called Udo oil. Udo oil is amazing. It's got omega-3s, omega-6s. It's fantastic. Make sure that you have more Udo oil in the day, or some sort of healthy oil. This is great for your omega-3s, your omega-6s, and ultimately to make you feel so much better. Right, so Udo oil is something that is a must for me. Check it out, I think it's wicked. Or any sort of oil that actually give you those healthy fats. I used to have a lot of fish oil. Fish oil is damaged in the process because of how it's produced. If it's exposed to sunlight, if it's not kept in the fridge, it's not alive. Right, recently I've been taking probiotics. I didn't keep them in the fridge and I realized that they're dead. Right, so you need to have things that are live. Next, wheatgrass powder. Oh my gosh, do you have any idea how cool wheatgrass powder is? 1 kg of vegetables is equal to the micronutrients and everything of about a tablespoon of wheatgrass powder. That's a joke. That's an absolute joke. That's crazy. So wheatgrass powder is a must. You've got to check that out. Next, you want to have green powder with lemon water. Why is this important? Because you want to alkalize your system. Something about optimizing your energy and optimizing yourself is you've got to have an alkalized body, not acid. Most people put lots of acid in their system and they wonder why they're not feeling that great, right? You've got to have more alkaline foods in your diet. So, after watching this video, look at acid versus alkaline foods. You want to have 80% alkaline to 20% acid. And however you do that, that's a must, because disease cannot exist in an alkaline body. Let me just repeat that. Disease can't exist in an alkaline body. So it's a must for you to do that, like literally a must. Next, protein and carbs. This was the biggest thing that got me really confused. How much protein do you actually need? I've gone from everything from 200 grams, 150, 100 to 50. Ultimately, it depends. But for me now, I'm around 70 kg. I'm having about 100 grams, a little bit more, a little bit less here and there. But ultimately, this is really cool. Did you know that between, on average, it's 40 to 50% of the food that you eat, you assimilate and you actually use, but 50% is wasted? That's ridiculous. So think about how much protein or how much food you have. 50% of that is wasted if you're not eating it in the right food combinations, if you're not eating them in the right way. So, I mean that in and of itself is just wild. So, next, nuts. So I eat lots of nuts. Soak nuts. You need to activate them, otherwise they can't be properly ingested by your body, so check out soaking nuts, that's important. Vegetables. Vegetables are your must. Make sure that you have more vegetables in your day. Most people don't get anywhere near enough, right? A little bit of spinach here and there, having a little bit of Bob's Runkle, right? No, none of that, right? you want to make sure you get 6 servings of veggies at least. And that's going to bring your energy up. You're going to be alkalizing your system, getting all those nutrients, getting all those micronutrients, which are an absolute must to get. Next, avoid your processed foods of breads, pastas, anything that's processed, right? If it can sit in a carton for a year, it's not going to do you any good, really, right? And if you eat it straight from the carton, if you're doing something that actually, if you look at lentils or you look at some of the beans, I mean, they're okay, but ultimately, overall, it's not that great for you, so you want to be really aware of that. Next, food combination theory. This is a game changer. I did a post on this the other day, so check that out. I won't dive into it massively here, but look up food combination theory. It's fascinating. How combining different foods affects how you digest it, what you produce in your system. Really, really important. Next, I want to share some of the main foods that I eat. So, I eat, are you ready? Peppers, tomatoes, spinach, chia seeds, hemp seeds, flax seeds, seeds, dried fruit, dark chocolate, dates, nuts, walnuts, pecans, cashews, almonds, bananas, apples, berries, avocados, coconut milk, almond milk, salmon, sea bass, eggs, broccoli, celery, green beans. That's pretty much it. I have a few things here and there, and I know I've flied them off, so go back and watch the video, but those are literally everything that I eat, and I don't really eat much else. If I'm in China, if I'm in LA, if I'm in the UK, it's pretty much the same thing. And what's really important about optimizing your diet is that you have 6 healthy days and 1 day off. So you've got to work out what is healthy for you, and how do you really optimize your routine? Because we live in a world today where most people have very low standards for themselves. Instead, you're going to set yourself these high standards for 6 days and then have a day off. I mean, that is of fundamental importance. Right, I know I've shared a lot today. I hope you found that helpful. Message me with any questions, and I apologize if it was a little loud here, but either way, I hope you've got some value from this call. I look forward to speaking to you all very soon.